Today we're going to be demonstrating bending on the Ercolina model 050KV. This machine has a capacity of 2-inch Schedule 40 pipe or 2.5-inch tube. The machine comes with easy to set control with the thumb dial here, 2 digits to set your spring back for your angle and then set your angle with a digital display of both. The bending operation is done by a key on the front of the machine here, and also has an optional foot pedal that's available. The machine comes with 2 different size hex shafts, a 40mm hex for your smaller formers and the 50mm hex which is on the machine currently. Tooling on this machine is all quick change. Your formers are set to have a set radius on them and a set diameter for your tuber pipe. They slide over the hex shaft with the zeros lining up to mark it. The second part of your tooling is a brass counterbend die that just slides in a dovetail and then floats the center of your tube. If you're doing stainless or a polished aluminum, there's also polymer counterbend dies available for those. Making a bend on the machine is simple. Today we're going to be bending 1¼ pipe or 1.66 OD 125 wall, which is quite popular with the fencing community. So we're just going to return our former to 0. Your tube, the machine automatically stops at 0. There's a scribe mark for 0. Your tube just goes in, sits in, catches on the claw, locks in place, and the counterbend die swings in. Once it's in place, you can move the wheel up just until there's enough tension on to hold your tube in place. There's a backup screw here on your counterbend die that will set in a second once we start the bend. To do a 90-degree bend, we can set our spring back to 0 because we don't know what it is right now. We'll set our bend angle here to 90 degrees. Once you're set and you're in place, there is a spray lubricant that comes with the machine. We're not going to put it on here because it's lubricated right now, but you spray it on your tube to allow for less friction and drag on your tube. So once you're ready to start your bend, you've got everything snugged up, locked in place. There's also a vernier scale on here so you can always return to 0. Start your bend. Once you see the tube start to deflect, that we've come over the bending properties of the tube, we can look at our screen here and we can see that we've actually gone 13 degrees. So we're going to set our spring back. In this case, we actually went 1, it was set at 1, so we're going to set it for 14 and 90. Meaning the machine's going to bend 14 degrees and then continue on to 90. So once you've set that, at this point you can loosen off your tube and have a look. I can tell by this one we're probably a couple degrees short of 90. So at that point we can just bump it up here. Our spring back, we can go up another couple degrees. We're going to have to, on this machine, you're going to have to return it back to 0 to start again. Let's bring our counterbend die back into where we were. Once your part's done, swing it away, remove it from your formers. That's all there is to setting up this machine to make a 90-degree bend.